her rolling up, Uber black Cadillac, high heel boots and a sexy body full of tats. Baby's bad, oh baby's hella bad. After her there ain't no coming back. Wanna take a run at that. I think she's feeling me, turn it up a few degrees. My imagination of her body gets the best of me. Oh gosh, she's such a tease, bitten lips, bruised knees. I'm addicted to her, need her touching me, cause she got a bad little waist. And we tearing down this place, off the liquor that we chase. Got some egos to the face, baby, I don't need no space. Coming closer for a taste, and I'll show you how I make everything just fade away. Cause she's like sex, drugs, cocaine, body so insane. Jealous of the clothing that she wears up on that tight frame. All game, no shame, baby came here to play. I feel like an addict cause she's sex, drugs, cocaine.
Internet, it is Thursday night, it is March 9th, and we are here for another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind.
Yeah!
Absolutely.
Woo-hoo!
Another Thursday night to talk about all the greatest highlights and all the crappiest moments that has happened in the world of professional wrestling. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. Oh, yep.
Don't forget to wiggle that belt over here. Don't forget. Don't act like you ain't.
I'm running on fumes, so deal with it, all right?
Fine.
In my world, only I never make mistakes. So,
Yeah, that ain't true.
anyways, I'm the host of the show. I'm also the host, founder, executive producer, and content manager of the Ravens Flock. And on behalf of the Ravens Flock, we appreciate each and every single one of you tuning in right now. You guys are wonderful, and our hearts go out to each and every one of you. And joining behind the camera is the host of the Block Files, tech partner for Wrestle Rewind, the man who puts in the man hours behind all the videos that we produce on this channel every single week, Mr. Juan Arauz.
Thank you for that introduction, Jose, and don't you ever forget the mister.
Wait, hang on a minute. In the interest of all things wrestling, I must now dub you the moniker, the Onision Destroyer.
The Onion Destroyer.
The Onion Destroyer.
Yeah, screw that guy. I want to keep his. I was pissed beyond belief last night. I had to calm myself the hell down, and I actually got into a freaking internal depression afterwards.
It's okay,
Juan. I
Juan.
was so goddamn angry.
Juan, it's okay. Listen, tonight, I can promise you this. You will not have to go through anger for tonight, because you're going to go through a whirlpool of emotions, my friend.
That's a dirty lie, and you know it.
And much like all our other shows on this channel, we are simulcasting on youtube.com/TheRavensFlock and twitch.tv/TheRavensFlock online. Hit the subscribe or the follow button on the bottom right corner of your screen. Hit the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our media content. Leave your questions and comments down below, and we will answer as many as we can while we're live. And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock,
You need to pump up one more so you can do the big Papa Pump.
oh God!
Put another muscle ball.
And if you wish to go above and beyond to support the Ravens Flock, then you can become an Inner Flocker. For $4.99 a month, you will have exclusive access to many, many amazing perks that comes with being a member. Juan, explain.
Well, for all the Inner Flockers that we've got in the chat, and I know we've got plenty, go ahead and show off those lovely custom emojis. And if you enjoy Wrestle Rewind, show off the championship belt emoji. That's the Wrestle Rewind emoji for each and every one of you folks. Speaking of which, I want to go ahead and say hello to all the fine folks we have in the chat tonight. We've got Nikki Bella helping hold down the mod squad tonight. Thank you, Nikki Bella. We've got Jen Pearson, Project Metal Music. For the record, Your Honor, that would be Linda. Hello there, Linda. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. And we've also got Mr. Vicente Guerrero in the chat over here saying the guitar on the song intro sounds like a song we would have heard for entrance music, a guy like X-Pac.
Oh! Hey, don't you... No. X-Pac, there was a time when X-Pac was cool.
Yeah, for all of 10 minutes, and then we realized he doesn't have more of a shtick beyond that. And, of course, folks, let's not forget, you get access to members first and members only content, a special discount to our merch store, link in the description below, and you also get access to us personally. You can message us over here in the Ravens Flock through our social medias. We will be taking your thoughts into consideration as part of our part of our attempts to help shape the future of this channel. But Jose, pray tell, what is it exactly that we do here on Wrestle Rewind?
What we do is that we review 3 of the most exciting pro wrestling programs in North America today. That being WWE NXT, and this week they actually have a TV special called NXT Roadblock.
Do they?
Yes,
Oh,
they
I
did.
don't see a handy dandy graphic for that. Maybe I should find it. Oh wait, here it is. Now maybe I should have it look like it works.
Hang
Oh
on.
wait, here it is.
NXT Roadblock.
There you go.
There we go. And this week's, and of course, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite and Impact Wrestling.
There we
So, the road to WrestleMania continues as we have just wrapped up AEW's Revolution. The pay-per-view is in the books. We are now heading towards WrestleMania, which is less than a month away, only like 3 weeks away by my count. We also have another Impact pay-per-view event that's coming up called Impact Wrestling Sacrifice, which will take place on, I believe it was on Friday, May 23rd. I'll have to check my dates to be more exact. And because, WrestleMania weekend is going to be crazy,
Also, we've got Miss Lisa Boo in the chat. Hello, Lisa Boo. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. You said AEW Revolution? Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. Okay. Impact Sacrifice is on Friday, March 24th, and we have the WrestleMania week. We have the WrestleMania weekend with not just WrestleMania coming up, but also Ring of Honor's first pay-per-view event of 2023, the Supercard of Honor, which is at the end of March on March 31st, along with Impact Wrestling's Super Show with New Japan that's called Multiverse United. No, we're not bringing back the stupid Forbidden Door. The jersey has been retired. Let's leave it in 2022 where it belongs. And no snowman is going to stop me from is going to stop us.
You sure about that? You sure about that?
Stop it, Juan.
Are you sure?
Don't knock on that wood, man.
Are you sure?
Okay. Let's go ahead and start with this week's NXT Roadblock. This is the final TV special, Roadblock, before we go into the next pay-per-view event of NXT Stand and Deliver.
If I'm not mistaken, that's the official kickoff show of WWE's WrestleMania weekend this year.
That's right. NXT Stand and Deliver will be taking place a lot earlier on Saturday, April 1st, and it will be at the same over in the same city and the same state, on Hollywood, California, baby.
Yeah.
All right. So, as for Roadblock, the show opens up with the Jailhouse Street Fight match.
Excuse me?
As Dijak, who is now taking on a sort of a 2023 version of Big Boss Man form with a nightstick and everything, goes
Is he a former prison guard of the Georgia police system?
He's on a path to exact his own version of true justice. And he goes one-on-one against the Don of NXT, Tony D'Angelo, the Italiano, the Paisano from Chicago, Illinois. The true Don, the boss, the Bibbidi Boppy.
The boppity poopy? The bippity poopy pop?
Now that's one joke that's not going to be retired anytime soon.
It will never get old. They bring this crap down on themselves. Oh my Lord in heaven.
So the stipulation is pretty simple. It's no disqualification, anything goes. You cannot win by pinfall nor submission, nor by disqualification. The only way to win, I kid you not, is to throw your opponent inside the shark cage that they have set up at the entrance ramp. That's the only way to win. Because, jailhouse, jail bars, get it?
No. You're not allowed.
It would have been better if it was a cinematic match. And even if they have to set up a freaking mock prison or something, it would have been cool. Anyways, but I'll take what I can get.
Why would you subject me to such a monstrosity of an idea?
Because brothers.
No, brothers don't do this to each other.
Yes, they
You
do.
do this to me every single week.
Oh, stop it. I do it out of love.
You torment me out of love. That's not love.
Speaking of torment, these guys threw a lot of weapons at each other. They throw in the steel chairs. They throw in the tables. They throw each other like ragdolls. They throw each other around like ragdolls at ringside. Even at one point, the underboss Stax gets involved and tries to help even things out against Dijak, but Dijak was having none of it. He gives a spinning big boot, knocking Stax over the barricade onto the audience section, and that was actually pretty funny. So everything is coming to a head after these guys have pretty much. This wasn't a wrestling match. There's nothing technical finesse. It was just a fight. They kept hitting each other with chairs and lots of weapons. Then Dijak looked like he was about to get the win. He hits his finishing move, the Feast Your Eyes, which is pretty much Sammy Guevara's GTH move.
God dang it.
Yeah, the only difference is it's done by a bigger guy.
No.
No? Size don't matter?
No, I'm not. I'm just not going to acknowledge it. Hi, Hassan Terrell. Welcome to Wrestle Rewind. Also, if you said to LOL at the gimmicks in the match, buff wannabe bossman versus an Italian hitman.
I know.
Oh, God. But is Dijak actually trying to be like a vigilante or like a law enforcement guy? Is that something that he's actually trying to do?
I don't
Whatever
know
you
what
do
Dijak...
not let Vince back in creative. For the love of God, he will turn him into a cop, and a crappy cop at that. At least when we had the fashion police of in the form of what's their nuts?
A Breezango?
God almighty, I freaking lost it.
Fandango and Tyler Breeze.
Yeah, Breezango, yeah. At least that was freaking funny.
Yeah. I don't know what they're doing with Dijak. I'm just glad that he's not T-Bar. And I think we could call that a win. And it looks like Dijak was about to have the win, but just as he was about to close the shark cage on Tony D'Angelo, Stacks somehow, through the strength of his teeth, stopped the cage from closing. This bought Tony D'Angelo just enough of a window to bring out a surprise crowbar, whacking Dijak over the head with it.
Oh, what the hell?
And then throwing Dijak into the shark steel cage, closing it out right on his face to get the win. Your winner, Tony D'Angelo, and the fans love it. The fans are cheering for Tony D. Because why not?
Absolutely. Yeah.
This is not.
No, boppity boop. Yeah, no. This will not stop.
But
this.
Okay, it's good that Tony D got a win, but at the expense of Dijak, who's trying to come off white hot after a career repackaging on NXT. He already lost to Wes Lee. He blew his chance to capture the NXT North American Championship at Vengeance Day due to interference from Tony D. And now he lost to Tony D in the Jailhouse Street Fight. I don't know. This doesn't look like a very good path that Dijak is on right now.
That's because it's not.
Yeah, this is, I don't know. I think something's got to give. I don't know what they're doing with Dijak at this point, man.
Sent this Stackos, bad luck, fall money for nickname infringement. Whoops.
As for Tony D'Angelo, okay, good that he got the win. That's awesome. I don't know. I don't know what they're doing with Tony D. At this point, aside from Dijak, like, they're really not doing anything with him. So...
No, they're having one dude who's a paisano, freaking mafioso looking dude, and then we have one dude who used to be a vigilante. It's like anti-Antifa thing, and then
maybe at one
give
point
him a gimp mask.
Maybe at one point during his life in the Indies, Dijak was also a bounty hunter. Who knows? That would be a cool reality show, Dijak the Bounty Hunter. I'd watch it. Anyways, so now let's get to the exciting match of the night, and we got a 6-man tag match player.
Holla, holla.
The team of, representing the Diamond Mine, the Creed brothers, Julius and Brutus Creed, are teaming up with the NXT champion, Braun Breaker, to go up against Indus Sher. That'll be the team of Sangha and Veer, led by the former WWE champion, Jinder Mahal.
Sangha Veer Mahan. You have to give the full name. Jose.
Yeah, but Sangha doesn't have a last name.
No, yes he does. It's of the Thunder.
Oh my God. I don't know. Can we retire that joke?
Can we?
I don't know, man. I don't know.
Sangha of the Thunder.
Okay. Sangha of the Thunder, Veer Mahan, and Jinder Mahal. Okay?
Okay. I'm sorry. Each one of these guys has their own goddamn joke, and these guys brought them all on themselves. Where is it?
What, the Veer Mahan thing?
Yeah.
Oh, my
Veer
God.
Mahan is coming.
Oh, God. I don't know if you...
Beware, folks. Veer Mahan is coming.
Oh, God. Wait, I think you skipped it. Scroll down. Go down. Down. You got to go all the way down. Oh, you didn't skip it? Oh, you probably didn't save it.
No, I saved it somewhere. I just can't find it.
Oh, well. We're just going to have to move on. So, anyways.
God dang it, man.
So, while Juan's searching for that fable...
For corny... trolley joke.
For the Crowley Jolly joke, this was a fun tag match. This was really cool. I actually like the uniformity on the good guys. They're all dressed.
Ah,
yeah, no. Yeah, no, when they went into the ring, they were all in blue. Like, Braun Breaker, of course, he has to have his own little branding there along with his blue singlet because, come on, man. Like, he ain't gonna join the coattails of anybody, right?
I wouldn't dare. I wouldn't try.
But it was still a fun match, but fun on the babyface side. For the heels, not so much. And Sangha and Veer, I'm sorry, man. I have seen some really bad wrestlers over the years. Juan and I have seen some really bad wrestlers who can't perform pretty well.
No, they can't perform to save their freaking lives.
Yeah, Veer and Sangha, those two are prime examples, which explains why they need Jinder Mahal to make the faction seem, credible.
Well, I mean, they kind of have it working. I mean, Veer Mahan keeps coming. And Jobber Mahal is a former WWE World Heavyweight Champion.
Yeah, which was a long time ago, unfortunately. Yep. But that being...
he said to sign that Vince is back in creative. Dijak wins 2 weeks, 3 weeks, then Jobs and his push dies slowly. He better not be anywhere near creative. I swear to God.
Yeah.
I swear to freaking God.
Oh, no, he says he wouldn't be anywhere near creative, but how can you take anything of what he says to face value when Vince McMahon has a reputation of lying?
His ash off.
Now, back to the match. The babyfaces got the win, but it wasn't Braun Breaker that actually got the win for them. It was actually the Diamond Mine. Braun Breaker got his spots in and hit his spear on Jinder Mahal, but the Creed brothers, they were able to secure the win by hitting their tag team like it's a variation of the Doomsday Device, but instead of the Doomsday Device, it's Brutus Creed jumping off the top rope and hitting his Brutus Bomb to get the win for the team. Your winners, the Creed brothers and Braun Breaker, and the fans love it. Way to go, boys in blue.
So they didn't actually boo on Breaker this time.
No, they didn't boo on Breaker.
No, that's nice.
The fans were behind him. And during that match, Carmelo Hayes was on commentary with Booker T and Vic Joseph, commenting about his desire to want to face Braun Breaker for the NXT title, in which they had a later promo segment making the match official. So at NXT Stand and Deliver, it will be Carmelo Hayes versus Braun Breaker for the NXT Championship.
So third time's the charm?
What do you mean third time's a charm?
No, Carmelo Hayes hasn't done it yet.
This is for the first time ever.
Grayson Waller. My bad. Yeah. Grayson Waller would have been third time, wouldn't it?
Yeah, he would have, but Grayson Waller's got bigger problems on his hands.
What kind of problems could Grayson Waller possibly have?
So for the exciting segment of the night of NXT Roadblock, we get another talk segment of the Grayson Waller effect.
Oh, crap.
And this week's guest is former WWE World Champion and Hall of Famer, the Heartbreak Kid, Shawn Michaels.
HBK, holy shit.
For weeks since...
No wonder you said that Grayson Waller has other problems. Also, Hassan, we've asked you a million times. You continue to ask, is SmackDown and Rampage coming up tomorrow night on Watch Along? Nope.
Yeah.
Like, Hassan,
do it.
Cut it out.
Yep.
We've asked you 1,000 times.
All right. So for weeks since Vengeance Day, Grayson Waller has been giving Shawn Michaels a headache, and I know that's an understatement, but let's follow along the turn of events. He acted like a jerk off, embarrassing Shawn Michaels in the post pay-per-view press conference. He then hijacked the NXT show at the tail end of the program just to challenge Shawn Michaels for a talk off. I don't freaking know. And,
what?
Yeah, I know, it's weird. So, having enough of Grayson Waller's Aussie shit, Shawn Michaels agrees to be a guest on the talk show. And, things got heated between the both of them. Grayson Waller was trying to goad Shawn Michaels into a one-on-one match at Stand and Deliver, which, I'm sorry, no. Shawn Michaels, he is done. He is done wrestling. He is freaking done.
He's old. He's tired. He's freaking tired, and he works with freaking children.
Yeah, no, exactly. He is done. His final match was at WrestleMania 26 against The Undertaker in 2010. It's done. We are done. We are not going to have him wrestle again. And no, you can't say anything about Saudi Arabia. None of that doesn't count because that's non-canon.
Apparently, the Saudi Arabia WWE universe is its own separate continuity. It's an own separate universe where you can try to book Yokozuna and the Ultimate Warrior, and women aren't allowed to show skin other than their face.
Honestly, I think it's for the best that it remains non-canon. So, rather than Shawn Michaels...
I still say it's BS. Let women have their rights.
I know, it is. So rather than Shawn Michaels lacing up his boots one more time and declining the challenge, thank goodness, we get a surprise return of the only Triple Crown champion of NXT.
Oh God!
Former NXT champion Johnny Gargano. That's right, Johnny Takeover, Johnny Wrestling, Johnny NXT. Johnny Gargano has returned, and he's out for revenge.
Vengeance! Wait, who does he got revenge against?
Grayson Waller in Johnny Gargano's last...
He's a revenger.
Yes.
He wants revenge? You want revenge? Over here?
In Johnny Gargano's last appearance on December 2021 edition of NXT 2.0, Johnny Gargano was about to bid his farewell to the WWE Universe, but he was blindsided by Grayson Waller, who attacked him from behind and then powerbombed him through the announce table, writing him off as he takes time off from the WWE until he was brought back by Triple H later in 2022.
Along with
along with all the other wrestlers that were released by Vince McMahon.
So the return of the way.
The return of the way
is all we need. All we need is for Dexter Lumis to join up with Gargano and Indy Hartwell to come on in.
That would be fun. Unfortunately, we can't get everything we want, but it's okay. We got what we weren't expecting. Johnny Gargano versus Grayson Waller at NXT Stand and Deliver.
You gotta be kidding me. This is gonna be so cool.
It's gonna be really fun.
You can say what you want about Johnny's same face or whatever, but the point stands, Mother of God, like Johnny Gargano's got it going on in terms of his in-ring technicalities, man.
Yes, indeed. In fact, him and Andrade El Idolo had one hell of a steal the show match at NXT TakeOver Philadelphia in 2018 in January, and it was given.
Call them steal the show matches
because they literally stole the show. If it's a good enough match, they'll steal the whole show, and anything else that happens after the fact, well, can't measure up.
Yeah, I suppose you're right.
And
Vincent is right on one thing. Shawn Michaels would only come back if the Saudi money is big. Yeah.
And that's why I say it's non-canon. That being said, the Johnny versus Andrade match at TakeOver Philadelphia earned a 5-star rating from Dave Meltzer, who rarely gives 5-star rating matches to anything related to WWE.
Yeah, no, he keeps saying that it's mid. Meanwhile, anything AEW sneezes out is like a 95-star Tokyo Dome Forever.
Well, yeah, of course. If it has the Young Bucks and Kenny Omega's fingerprints on it, it's guaranteed.
Yeah, they got their fingers in by Dave Meltzer's prostate too, but that's a different story.
Ha!
Oh!
All right,
French tickler.
Now let's get to the match of the night.
Do we have to?
Yes, we do. It's a one-on-one confrontation between Andre Chase versus the leader of the Schism, Joe Gacy.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
Joe Gacy's finally lacing up.
Yes.
He's actually doing something
yes.
rather than just being the creepy evil woke dude in the polo behind everybody.
Oh no, he's now the creepy emo woke dude in punk like rock grunge clothing.
What?
With twisted happy face masks.
What?
Yeah.
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's a freaking that's a change of pace.
Yeah, it is a change of pace. It gives it with the direction they're going with Schism. They're actually giving them a little bit more bite than what they had early on. Now that being said, this match was it was okay, but it was mostly the real story is mostly around Thea Hale. How Thea Hale has gotten so scared of Ava Raine from Schism.
I mean, have you seen her? I mean, she's literally got one red eye the whole time. That was just scary.
It also didn't help that part of the match was cut off because of a commercial break.
Excuse me?
Yeah. But when they got back to the match...
What? They freaking commercial braked it? What bullcrap is that?
Don't blame the WWE. Blame the USA Network.
Maybe I could blame both.
Yeah, right. Anyways, this was an okay match. It wasn't anything spectacular. It wasn't anything offensive. In fact, both men held their own. Andre Chase was about to mount his comeback. He hits his stomp, spelling out Chase U, and then he hits the Matt Hardy's move, the side effect, only getting a 2 count. And then we get some outside silliness that happened when Thea Hale, who swears up and down that after her meditation sessions with Tyler Bate, she has now calmed her inner demons and she wouldn't be provoked, runs right in front of Ava Raine's fans just to yell at her and unprovoked. I don't get it. I don't get what they're doing.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, Yeah, sorry, Thea Hale. You gotta chill on the the Pepperino pep talk stuff.
Oh no, trust me, Thea Hale is awesome, but man, she's got like crazy pit bull energy.
No, that's not what I mean. Like that ain't freaking. That's not. That's not very zen of her. That's not very Chase Yui of her.
I know. It doesn't have the same rhyme as
No,
Uzi.
it doesn't.
It's okay. But then, but Andre Chase got distracted by these developments as Joe Gacy hits his finishing move, the upside down, to get the win. Your winner, Joe Gacy.
Oh no, the evil the evil woke cult guy defeated the prep university peoples. No, Andre Chase lost. This is terrible.
Yeah, this feud was kind of hit and miss, but it's nowhere near as bad as the segment that follows it.
Why would you? Vicente in the chat is here saying that Joe Gacy, Twisted Guy, and Grunge Look Creative has been watching Raven matches from ECW and WCW. You know, it's about time, because really trying to make him an evil woke cult guy doesn't make sense. It's just you could take the woke element out of it, like how talking about how everything's a safe space and making it very disingenuous.
Right.
So, when it's like, clearly this has Vince's fingerprints all over it because that's something he doesn't like. So therefore, everyone must not like it. But actually, just stick to them being a freaky ass cult. It just stick to that being a freaky ass cult. It's fine. It's not the end of the universe.
No, but what is going to be the end of the universe is Chase U, because in the backstage segment, while Andre Chase is nursing his wounds from the match, Thea Hale is trying to be all nice and happy, saying that, oh my goodness, I overcame my inner demons tonight.
Hold on, we forgot to do something.
Oh yes, Juan, I know it's late, but ring that bell.
Don't mind if I do.
And apparently all the silliness was enough to ring Duke Hudson's bell, as he's had enough of their college shit. Duke Hudson basically cut in deep to both Andre Chase and Thea Hale, telling them, like, hey, here's a teachable moment. This college is a joke. Chase U is a joke. You guys are a joke. It's time to grow up. And I think Duke Hudson quit Chase U.
Oh, no! Chase U's falling apart! How could he do this?
So I have some notes.
Oh, boy.
Okay, so here's the thing. All right.
Do you need reading glasses, Isaiah? I'll lend you my glasses.
No. I don't need reading glasses for this.
Yeah, you're right.
So when this Chase U thing started off with Bodie Haywood, the blonde guy who was released by WWE after not showing any improvement for some reason, it made the group seem awesome and exciting because of the energy that all three of them bring. And Bodie Haywood has the energy and the charisma to match that with Andre Chase and Thea Hale. When he was released and they tried to bring in the Australian guy, Duke Hudson, I felt like he was miscast. I feel like he stood out compared to Andre Chase and Thea Hale. Even if, no matter how much Chase U branding you put on him, whether it's on his head, his armbands, his shirt, or whatever, I don't know. He felt out of place to me.
So he didn't really seem like the type of guy who fits in with Chase U. And go freaking figure, after Andre Chase loses a single match, boom, this guy decides to call it quits.
Pretty much. It looks like WWE was trying to give Duke Hudson something to do since he didn't have a program with anybody else in NXT, and they need to fill the gap for Bodie Haywood.
Come on, guys. It's not that bad, for crying out loud, folks.
No, it's not. But it's okay, Juan. Turn your frown upside down, because now it's time for the main event.
Why are you naming it like that? What is this?
Mark Henry. He says that every time there's a main event on AEW Rampage.
Oh, for the love of God.
Hey, man, it's Mark Henry, all right, man?
That doesn't mean it's good.
Well, at least he's doing something other than the other big guy in AEW, Paul White. Anyways, so now let's get to the main event of NXT Roadblock. This is a one-on-one match for the NXT Women's title. As the defending champion, Roxanne Perez, the Prodigy, goes one-on-one against the final boss, Miko
Satomura.
Yes!
I thought we were going to try to say it together.
Okay, fine. Let's say it together. 1, 2, 3. Miko Satomura!
See, there you go.
There we go.
That's got some kick to it.
All right. This was such an amazing match.
Okay,
That told us so many stories for weeks. Both of this has been nothing more than friendly competition between veteran and young champion, and the entire story was all revolved around being a champion. That it's all about having heart. Strength comes from the heart, not from this. And yeah, no, this was such a great storytelling with Meiko Satomura getting all the offense in on Roxanne Perez. Like, Roxanne was being dragged into coals by Meiko Satomura throughout the entire time. Like, she would not give Roxanne Perez any moment of breath as she
any moment to breathe.
Any moment to breathe. Like, she hit Meiko Satomura at one point, even countered Roxanne Perez's awesome bottom rope suicide dive, like hitting her right in the face, clocking her, intercepting. Yeah. She tries to hit one Scorpion Rising finishing move onto Roxanne Perez in the ring, only to get a 2 count. And then when they brawled outside, there was a miscalculation. Like, it looks like Roxanne Perez was trying to hit the Pop Rocks, but she didn't get all of it, and it looked sloppy. And then Meiko Satomura hit the Scorpion Rising again at ringside, rolled her back into the ring, only got a 2 count as Roxanne Perez put her foot underneath the second rope to break the count.
That is skin of the teeth bullcrap, man.
Oh, yeah. And after a series of kicks and strikes and blows from the final boss, Meiko Satomura was about to go for 3, because, third time's a charm, but not for the final boss, as Roxanne Perez, through the skin of her teeth, dodges the third Scorpion Rising to roll up the final boss for the win. Your winner, and still, the NXT Women's Champion, the child prodigy. Roxanne Perez.
How young is she?
Dude, she's probably 21. Go ahead and Google search her. Go ahead and Google search her. Do it.
Give me bullcrap. No way. She is not young. She's not that much of a baby.
Okay,
I know she's got a baby face, and she's literally a baby face, but there's no way in hell she's that. Oh my god. Okay. All we have is that she was born in 2001.
Oh, wow. Okay, so she's not 21, but my point stands.
Actually, youngest she could be is 21, and she could be turning 22.
Oh, okay. Well, my point being, yes, she is the young champ. And it looks like everything was great. Both champion and challenger celebrated in the ring until things took a turn for the worse for the champion. As
What do you mean?
Roxanne Perez then passed out in the middle of the ring, and the fans went silent. Everyone went silent. Commentators, Big Joseph and Booker T went silent. Then the referees and the officials came out to tend to Roxanne Perez, with Meiko Satomura watching on in utter shock. Even Booker T got off from commentary to go check on his former student, and then they rolled in, and then Booker T and the other official put the X up, which is a symbol of that there might be a concussion or an injury. And then the paramedics came by, and then they stretchered out Roxanne Perez, and the cameras followed them followed the whole thing as they wheeled Roxanne Perez inside the back of the ambulance truck to get her to the hospital.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
No, I gotta wonder, why am I getting a sense of deja vu on all this? I'm trying to figure this out, because this is kind of creepy. I feel like I've seen this before at some point.
Oh yeah, no. Here's the thing. Now this is one of the lines. This is one of the moments where fantasy and reality gets blurred. Because this is really good acting on Roxanne Perez's. If it turns out to be real, oh shit. Okay, I don't know what injuries that she suffered during the match. I do hope that the champion is well. But on the other hand,
this does feel familiar in some way. Shall we dust off the history book here, Jose?
Yes. So, time to rewind the clock back to WWE's Monday Night Raw in 1995. So, the Heartbreak Kid Shawn Michaels has a one-on-one match against the King of Hearts, the late Owen Hart, the late brother of Bret the Hitman Hart. And during the wrestling match, we saw a similar moment in there where the Heartbreak.
Actually, it was the end of the match.
At the end of the match, Shawn Michaels passed out in the middle of the ring, and then the referees and the officials tend to Shawn Michaels, and Vince McMahon got off from the commentary to go and check on Shawn Michaels himself.
FYI, this was in 1995 where it wasn't completely officially acknowledged on WWF programming that Vince McMahon was the actual head of the WWF at the time. He was just the play-by-play announcer.
Exactly.
Run him over, that guy. Yeah,
That kind of guy.
So, yeah. Shawn Michaels beat Owen Hart in the match and face plant straight down.
Yeah.
Immediately after.
Now-
This isn't even a joke. It looked super scary because no one could tell whether or not if that was legit or not.
Now, according to legend, Shawn Michaels actually pitched the idea of doing this angle, and he pitched the idea to Vince McMahon and to the commentators, and they actually went with it. He even told the commentators to, remain quiet during the entire time that Shawn Michaels has passed out.
Vicente in the chat was over here saying with the thing we said about Paul White. Well, in Paul White's defense, his commentary has been limited because of medical shit. He was in a wheelchair a few weeks, bad knees and backs, I suppose.
Ooh.
And then he says, Jose beat me to it on Owen versus Shawn. Good memory.
Yeah, no. So either this is real. Either this turns out to be fake, and this is a
Storyline and meant to
it's a
be.
storyline, and WWE pretty much fooled the hell out of the audience of our generation with the whole Roxanne passing out thing, and they borrowed this idea from Shawn Michaels.
Which, considering that Shawn Michaels is the head of NXT's backstage stuff, it wouldn't be surprising. After all, it was only a few weeks ago that Toxic Attraction did the remake of The Rockers breaking up.
Yeah.
Like their own spin and their own version of that, with JC Jane betraying Gigi Dolan the same way Shawn Michaels betrayed Marty Jannetty.
Yeah. Or, if this turns out to be real, it
Ouch.
really does suck, and I really hope that Roxanne Perez pulls out okay. I would really hate to see that if Roxanne Perez vacates the title due to injury.
My question is, if it is storylined, what in the world got Roxy to need to step away from the title? That's my question.
I don't know. I think this is. I don't think that's going to happen. Like, I was just speculating. I hope that they don't go that route. But for right now, I don't know. I think my money is on because of the timing of the referees and the officials coming out. Like, everything just seems like very staged. I'm pretty sure this is a work.
Too well coordinated. Yep.
Too well coordinated. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. Roxanne's performance, like with the black passing out, that was good. That was really good.
I even saw it and I was like, "Wait, what the hell just happened? What happened to the homegirl? What happened to Roxy?" And immediately Jose was answering me on like texting while we were doing our jobs and all that. Like, no, that's probably kayfabe. That's probably a storyline. I'm like, come on, man. Like, that's way too. The way she dropped was way too quick and way too hard for it to have been staged.
And I agree with you. I totally agree with you. All right.
Stranger things have happened.
I know, right? Give me just a second, folks. All right. Now, before we get into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, we are going to discuss the main event for this year's AEW Revolution.
Revolution.
This is a
Revolution.
This is a six.
Revolution.
This guy.
Revolution.
A 60.
You want me to friggin' get off of a Brian Zane gag, Jose? I don't think so. He's your bosom buddy on Twitter. You tell him to make me stop.
All right. It's a
And if he wants me to stop, I'll stop.
It's a 60-minute Iron Man match for the AEW World Title as the defending champion MJF goes one-on-one against the American Dragon Bryan Danielson. This
Aw, shit.
I saw
Here we go again.
I saw the Iron Man match. This was awesome. I dare say this rival before this match, in my opinion, the best Iron Man match in pro wrestling was Kurt Angle versus Brock Lesnar on an episode of SmackDown in 2003. Juan, would you agree with me or disagree?
Actually, I'm not sure which Iron Man match would be my pick to be the best. I'm not going to lie to you. I've got a soft spot for, what was it, Judgment Day 2000 or 2001?
Yeah, 2000. Triple H versus
Triple H
The Rock.
versus The Rock, yeah. With Shawn Michaels as the special guest ref.
And did the return of the American Badass Undertaker.
Yeah. That. See, like, that sticks to my mind pretty sharply, so.
Okay, fair enough. But this match, is ranked up there. Like for the first couple of minutes, like they tried to feel each other out, and then MJF rolls out into the ring, and he taunts the crowd, even throws water at a kid who was at the audience, and we'll talk about that in a bit. We'll get to that in a bit, Juan.
We thought it was water.
We thought it was water.
The actual answer may shock you. We're gonna sound like a goddamn freaking listicle article headline. The real answer might shock you.
This was such an incredible match with Bryan Danielson getting the first score, hitting the psycho knee on MJF.
Ow.
And then MJF was able to. Then MJF got himself disqualified by hitting Bryan Danielson with a chair. So as I recall, like there was a lot that happened during the hour. MJF throughout the entire story, MJF is trying to work on the arm of Bryan Danielson to soften him up for his finishing move, the Salt of the Earth armbar. And yeah, no. After a brutal hour of going back and forth between these guys, like they pulled out all the moves, the label lock, MJF taking cheap shots, taking cheap opportunities whenever he can. Even at one point, he tried to use the Dynamite Diamond ring, and referee Aubrey Edwards was not having that shit in the ring.
You were about to call her Aubrey Hepburn.
No, Aubrey Edwards took the ring off of MJF, which left him shocked, like,
Oh, why would you do this? Why would you clearly take away this giant bauble of a damn ring that I've been using to cheat in my matches? Oh my god, I am shocked and appalled. How dare you, kind sir? I'm a lady. How dare you, kind lady?
Yo, yeah. And MJF also got busted up, so he's got some juice on his face, too.
Of course he does.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. Before we get to the rest of the match, I want to give big props to MJF's entrance. They had I think they had an orchestra like doing his violin, and they hit his music, and MJF he has his entrance gown, and he's wearing his white mask that he wore at All Out.
I'm the devil himself. Sympathy for the devil.
Yeah.
Boy, you ain't the devil. You're some spoiled asshole from Long Island.
Hey, Juan. Wait, actually, no, I can't. I was gonna say we found a guy that you like from Long Island. That is Mick Foley, and we found a guy you hate from Long Island. That is MJF. And I was like, no, that's not true. Actually, no, MJF, because W. Morrissey's from Queens. I'm sorry.
Yeah, W. Morrissey can go sit on a.
But Wancho, do you really hate MJF?
Okay, I hate how much of a smarmy dick he is, and yes, I realize that's him playing up the character, and yes, I realize that that's part of his job. But also at the same time, can he freaking breathe? Is he able to breathe without going into 5-minute tirades of how he committed vehicular manslaughter and framed his girlfriend, and then is shocked and appalled when a different girlfriend refuses to marry him? Like, boy, I wouldn't marry you either. You vehicular homicided your girlfriend or tricked her while she was knocked down in the car or whatever, man. You really want me to marry you, crazy ass?
I like how Botchamania made fun of it and gave us the PG version of the story using clips from The Simpsons. Thank you, Botchamania.
Matthew of Botchamania.
Yes. The match then ended in a draw.
What?
No. To which Justin Roberts got on the mic, and Tony Khan said that this match would go into sudden death overtime.
Okay. That should have actually been like a ruling thing with Aubrey Hefner over here getting on the radio or trying to speak to someone, and if you want to get Tony Khan over as someone to be on on screen, that's when he should have actually come out with, "Oh, hello there, Jose."
Yeah, just had to get him for a second.
With an actual thing of him saying, like, "All right, we promised these folks of an Iron Man match, and we promised that there would be a winner to this match. I'm hereby deciding that we're going to go into a sudden death overtime.
Juan?
Ref, continue the match."
I was going to say,
then walk back. Easy. But knowing his coked out ass, he would have been.
Don't worry, Juan. We're gonna get to him later.
We are?
Yes, we are.
Oh dear, we are.
So getting to the sudden death match, these guys are pretty much spent, and MJF is passed out in the ring, no, actually no, he wasn't passed out in the ring, but he definitely did cheat. He didn't use the title. He didn't use the Dynamite Diamond ring that was confiscated.
Did he use his robe?
No, he didn't even use his rope. He didn't even hit him.
Brass knucks.
He didn't use brass knucks. He didn't even use his devil mask. He pulled out an oxygen tank from either under the ring or somewhere, whacks Bryan Danielson over the head with the referee's back turned, and then he goes right back into the ring, locks in the Salt to the Earth submission hold, and he forced Bryan Danielson to tap out.
Bullshit.
Bryan Danielson submitted to MJF.
Jose, you got to put giant asterisks with that over here. And I don't just mean any giant asterisk. I mean this big of an asterisk. Take a look. You see this right here?
Yeah.
You see this giant asterisk?
Giant asterisk.
That is how big of an asterisk you would have to put with that statement of, MJF submitted Bryan Danielson. This is such a shocker. No! Asterisk. After he nailed him with a goddamn oxygen tank, after going into overtime, after being unable to cheat using his Dynamite Diamond ring or the title belt or any other marker. Asterisk.
Your winner.
Asterisk.
Yeah, I know. Your winner by submission and still the AEW World Champion, MJF.
Asterisk.
Asterisk. That was such a great match. And if there's any way you can watch it online, if someone pirated it and posted it on social media, I recommend you check that out. That means you too, Juancho. It's actually really good.
I'm not going to acknowledge how he freaking won. That was bullcrap.
He's a bad guy. Of course you're supposed to hate him.
Vicente Guerrero in the chat saying MJF totally lives his gimmick more like Aubrey foul-mouthed and hot. Not the facial expressions do not bother me. No, okay. Aubrey Edwards, yeah, she's attractive.
Yeah,
that's not even the issue. I was saying, Justin Roberts just hollering that it's going to be an overtime.
Sudden death overtime.
Okay, I'm not going to knock on Justin Roberts. But that would have been a perfect opportunity for little coked out baby Tony to freaking get in and show some authority as the head of AEW. The general manager, lead booker, and owner and operator and CEO, all those titles. Are you and he in a who can have the bigger title in our business competition, is a?
Oh my goodness.
Because if you are, I'll be sorely, sorely disappointed.
However, the success of the main event and the overall pay-per-view of AEW Revolution isn't without its real-life controversy. Juan, check your messenger.
What are you talking about?
So, getting back to the earlier part of the Iron Man match, where MJF was rolled out of the ring and taunted the crowd. When he approached the kid, he did not. He splashed water. He splashed what it looked like water in his face. But then, as later was revealed by media outlets, that was not water.
Oh crap!
Yeah.
Also, whatever you sent me isn't loading. Hang on. Here we go.
There we go. So here's the thing. I've sent Juan a screenshot in which Juan will share. But it was reported on the night of the pay-per-view by Sean Ross Sapp from Fightful that it seems like the kid who was at the audience section that MJF threw the drink on, that wasn't a fake, that wasn't a plant. The plant is a term for a fake audience. He was and the kid was very upset. Let's see here. William from Fightful Select actually went and got him an acclaimed foam finger from the WWE merch shop, and some of the others from AEW talked to the child to help smooth things over. And Amanda Huber, who works backstage with AEW staff, was sitting with him throughout the entire main event to try to calm the kid down.
Yeah, that went well, because look at the first freaking response that you sent me from someone named Cash Roy. F them kids.
Okay, yeah.
It's an old MJF meme.
It's an old MJF meme. Yeah, no, seriously.
Nice going.
And in the AEW Revolution post pay-per-view media scrum, Tony Khan even addressed that with the other reporters who were there, with MJF next to him eating pickles and
eating a jar of pickles.
He actually addressed that, saying like, "Oh yeah, no, that was not champion behavior. That was unbecoming of a world champion. Like he didn't behave like a champion. But we spoke to the kid, and he's a real pro about this, and everything's okay. At least from Tony Khan's point of view. So take it for what it's worth." Yeah,
Okay,
and he
yeah,
keeps
no,
saying
look,
that like, oh no, we're expecting the kid to show up in AEW Dynamite in Sacramento on Wednesday, so we're gonna be good. We're good.
Wait, what?
Oh yeah, they gave. I don't know what happened. I
guess
don't.
they gave him like a compensation in the form of like a tickets or whatever.
Yeah, because no, wouldn't you? If you realized, oh shit, a kid from the audience was assaulted and he thought it was real and he's crying.
Yeah, no, that's horrible. Okay, MJF needs to stop the shit. I get it. There's living the gimmick, and then no.
Oh my
then
god.
no, and then no.
Yeah, no,
Sorry.
trust me. There's a downside to being the master at blurring the line of fiction and reality.
Vicente in the chat, Juan has it pretty much right. MJF submitted, quote unquote, a corpse. Yeah, he freaking myrtleized D-Bry over here. He myrtleized the American Dragon, Brian Danielson. He myrtleized him to death. Forever.
Also, apparently, the drink wasn't water. I think the drink was like either vodka or some sort of alcoholic beverage.
That's insane. Yeah, but no, you're right about that over here in terms of MJF submitting and winning. Giant asterisk.
All right. Now that we've covered Revolution, let's get into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite.
Light the fuse, hit the boom, Dynamite.
This week's AEW Dynamite takes place over in Sacramento, California.
Oh, snap. Also, what's his nuts? He said, Vicente said MJF throwing that drink on a kid was like a PG ECW moment in any Tommy Dreamer match. Yeah, there's only one difference. Odds are the kid's a plant! Not in this case.
Yeah.
Like, dude, we don't have that anymore with children on wrestling TV if the child's not a part of the gimmick, for crying out loud.
That is true. Anyway, so let's get to this week's edition of Dynamite. This week's show opens up with a one-on-one match for the I'm going to preface it right now, and we're going to get to it in a bit. The final match for the AEW All-Atlantic Championship.
Wait, what?
As the former Ring of Honor World Champion Jay Lethal, accompanied by Jeff Jarrett, Sanjay Dutt, and Satnam Singh, goes one-on-one against the defending All-Atlantic Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. So once again, I have to preface it by saying this is the final AEW All-Atlantic Championship title defense. More on that later. So before the match got underway, it looks like Jay Lethal's company was banned from ringside, so they were immediately ejected out of out from ringside and leaving Jay Lethal all alone to go one-on-one against the champion. And this was actually a pretty good match. A lot of good wrestling psychology as Jay Lethal was targeting the leg of Orange Cassidy, trying to render him, demobilize him from using his orange punch and the beach break, and also trying to soften him up for his figure 4 leg lock.
Crap.
It was a great match. There was great back and forth action between both men. Orange Cassidy did try to was able to fight back, fight through the pain, and the fans of Sacramento were coming alive for the champion. Jay Lethal did try to hit his finishing move on Orange Cassidy, the lethal injection, but hindsight be damned, as not only was Orange Cassidy injured, but Jay Lethal was also wrestling with a shoulder injury, which ultimately cost him. In the end, Orange Cassidy was able to roll up Jay Lethal to get the win. Your winner, and still AEW All-Atlantic Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy.
Don't you mean the final AEW?
That's right, the final AEW All-Atlantic Champion, freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy. Thank you. Boy, we're really hammering this in, aren't we?
That's not gonna end.
Of course, at the end, in the post-match angle, Jeff Jarrett ambushed Orange Cassidy from behind and hit his leg with the El Kabong with the guitar. So yes, that happened.
Snap! You got to be kidding me.
And now we're gonna get to the exciting match of the night. Juan, you're gonna have some words about this.
No,
it's a six-man. It's a trios match, playa.
Holla, holla, holla.
The team of AR Fox and the tag team of Top Flight versus the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Oh, God.
Chris Jericho the Ocho Le Champion teams up with the Spanish God, Sammy Guevara, and the Dragon Slayer, Daniel Garcia. Which, by the way, after Revolution, can we really call Daniel Garcia the Dragon Slayer anymore? I think that title has been vacated.
Yeah, there's no dragon slaying left anymore over here.
Okay, so criticisms about Jericho as a person aside, this was...
Real quick, Vicente was also saying about the child. This kid could be so traumatized by the drink thrown at him, he starts acting in yet another Children of the Corn sequel/remake. The latest Children of the Corn was in theaters earlier this month. Wait, what?
Whoa, what?
There was a Children of the Corn?
I didn't know about this.
I didn't even realize it was a final All-Atlantic champion for Orange Cassidy. It's so prestigious. It's like Ezekiel Jackson being the last quote-unquote ECW champion.
Ooh, that's gotta hurt. All right, but anyway, so criticisms about Chris Jericho as a person aside, this was still a fun match to watch because it was fun on the side of the babyfaces because, man, AR Fox is really good, and so is Top Flight. Like, when it comes to high-flying moves, Dante Martin and Darius Martin, like, somehow they get all the hang time in the air when they dive out of the ring or where they dive from the top of the turnbuckle. And, yes, credit also has to be given where credit is due. Sammy Guevara, despite being a shit guy in real life now, but due to his own actions, he's still an excellent performer in the ring. And the same could go for Daniel Garcia. And yeah, Jericho, despite being in his 50s, can prove that he can still hang with the flippity guys. And everything was after all the fun spots, after everything that's happened, Chris Jericho was able to sneak a win after outside interference from Jake Hager. Jake Hager hits one of the members of Top Flight with the bat from behind, and Jericho was able to hit the guy with the Judas elbow to get the win. Your winners, the Jericho Appreciation Society.
Joss, wait a minute. That reminds me. What's her face sent me the pictures.
Oh yeah, let's go ahead and show off that picture.
Well,
if you can find it.
Yeah.
While you're doing that, I'm going to continue talking because in the post-match angle, the Jericho Appreciation Society cut a promo on the the newly crowned AEW World Trios champions, the House of Black. They've challenged them to a match for the AEW World Trios title, but there was a certain faction that wasn't going to have any of that, and that would be the former AEW World Trios champions. Juan, your least favorite trio, the Elite, Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks.
No!
Yes!
No!
So...
Hang on, I actually have to do a thing here real quick because I'm...
No, by all means, go ahead.
And that thing.
Oh, yeah, no, this is great. This is a good screenshot, Juan. Damn, you timed it well.
No. You're not allowed. This is not allowed. Why would you do this to me, man? I thought you cared, Jose.
So as Kenny Omega got on the mic and he's about to cut a promo on Chris Jericho, he started off by saying, like, hey, you stayed in your lane, I stayed in my lane, and he thought that it was all out of mutual respect.
Good freaking Lord, shoot me.
A triple threat trios match for the trios titles. What? I don't know. Do you want to call this a trifecta? It's a trifecta
It's
of
a
what?
cubed match. It's cubed.
It's cubed.
Okay, 3 times 3 is 9, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's no, crap, no, it's 27. Yeah, 3 cubed is 27 because 3 times 3 is 9.
Times 3
Times
is 27.
3 is 20.
Oh, Wancho, your math is on par. Great job.
I hate math. That's what happens. You give me freaking math, and yeah, no, thank you, Vicente. Anytime Jake Hager interferes in the match, Jericho buys him a new hat. Seriously, this is one of the things that we were.
For showing us the pictures from last night's AEW Dynamite.
I want to die.
Oh, yeah, Wancho, what do you think of the post match angle where with the triple threat trios match now set up between the Joss, the Elite, and the House of Black?
They could have left it well enough alone. But no, the Elite can't, apparently.
Oh, man. But
oh my god,
that's okay, Juancho, because now we're going to go into the best segment of the night, and this comes in twofold. This is pretty much the fallout of the main event of AEW Revolution, as both MJF and Bryan Danielson cut compelling post-match promos of what happened. MJF started first, and he was unhinged during his promo segment.
Look at this freaking guy! Oh my god, he's got the Kaufman eyes.
I know.
Oh my lord. He's got the eyes of Andy Kaufman on him.
Someone's doing his homework.
Really? Oh my god. Andy always dreamed of rest. No! Oh no! Oh no! How old is MJF again?
Oh,
How old is he again?
Early 20s.
How old? No! Age! Number! Maxwell! Jacob! Freaking...
Calm down.
No! I think I might have hit something. Oh, no. Jacob! Friedman! Oh, God. Oh, my God.
Look at it. Fine. Look up his age.
Shut up! Shut your whore mouth!
How old is he?
26 years old, born March 15th, 1996. Literally born on the Ides of March. When did Andy Kaufman supposedly die?
Oh, that's a good question.
1984. Yeah, that's ample time for him to get left alone and left aside to let people think that he's passed. Yeah. No, he's got the freaking Kaufman eyes. Shoot me in the freaking face.
I wasn't thinking of that, but thank you for bringing that to light. Damn, Juancho.
What in the world?
I know. This was such a great promo segment.
Jen Pearson is asking, does Juan need a clonazepam? Hell no, I take Cymbalta all the way, baby. Yeah. That stuff is all... I'm already numb to it. It's too late for me, Jen. It's too late. Oh my god, I just fell into a conspiracy theory. What if MJF is the illegitimate bastard son of Andy Kaufman?
Okay, that is a huge leap in logic there.
Okay, let's get on with it.
All right, so in MJF's promo, he kept it short, but he kept it pretty serious. Like, he basically addressed to all the doubters and all the haters who thought that he was going to lose. He basically declared himself as the best wrestler in the world, bar none, and he said that his reign of terror is going to continue. It kind of felt similar to the early promo segments of Triple H when he was a Sinister champion. And in contrast, we get a post pay-per-view, post main event match promo from Bryan Danielson, and this was more sad. This was very emotional. Like, Bryan Danielson was going on about how he was forced out of retirement and how he got himself back into shape so he could wrestle again, and he was basically ashamed that he lost against MJF and that MJF was right in calling out Bryan Danielson for being selfish and not thinking about his kids and his family. So what he did in the ring for the sake of his children, Bryan Danielson tapped out, and he finished off the video segment saying that he's going to go home.
You got to be kidding me! They're really pulling that on poor D-Bry. Man, He doesn't deserve that.
This is likely a way just to write off D-Bray, just for Bryan Danielson to get some time off to heal so that he could come back stronger.
Meanwhile, MJF is over here looking like the devil himself.
Or they might be writing off Bryan Danielson so that Bryan Danielson could go to Ring of Honor to help put more star power and credibility to the brand. Who knows?
I heard about that show, Ring of Honor. I hope that they do really well. I think they could do well with a teal on television. You know, like on actual TV. Wouldn't that be something?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Ring of Honor wrestling on TV. Where are they showing their wrestling on right now, Jose?
The Honor Club.
What's that?
It's a paywall.
What's that?
Streaming service.
On what?
Internet exclusive.
For how much?
We full BDB. How's that for a Fez reference?
For that 70s show reference.
We full BDB.
Video on demand service. Yeah.
I don't know how much it's going for. I don't even know if they have a free trial. If they do, I'm taking advantage of it. I'm not giving Tony Khan my money.
Yeah, no, they don't have a free trial.
Ah, boo!
Yeah, let me see here. Experience Honor Club for how much?
We're about to find out.
We're about to find out.
Oh my goodness! I can't believe we're researching on Ring of Honor right now. I swear I wouldn't bring it up, but here we are.
You swore you wouldn't bring it up, but here we friggin' are.
All right, it doesn't look like we have that information right now, but no, we don't have that information right now. But like I said, it could be many things. It could be many possibilities of what they're doing with Bryan Danielson.
I guess it does sort of make sense. I mean, after all, MJF is an incredible performer. Wrestling women, and he always dreamed of wrestling.
You dork.
Whoopsie.
All right, yes, make your jokes all you want, but this is one of the things that AEW got right. AEW, I know Brian Zane said this on his videos, but to coin this phrase, AEW betting on their future. And MJF as the world champion, that was definitely a right call they made.
It fits almost too well. Andy Kaufman never broke kayfabe. MJF never breaks kayfabe. They've got crazy eyes. They're both chicken shit heels. They're both claim themselves to be the best champions of all time. Right?
Right.
I mean, for Christ's sake.
Yeah, I know, exactly.
The theory writes itself.
Now all we're waiting is for MJF to make a Saturday Night Live appearance.
Yeah, and then
we'll get
and then smack somebody on I don't know.
Who runs the Late Show now?
Stephen Colbert.
And also make an appearance on the TV sitcom, and then we'll have the entire Andy Kaufman DLC package.
Right, exactly. Oh, snap. He said, now all MJF needs is the king to pile drive him. Then MJF tries to half-hearted throw coffee on Lawler. Go back to the weekly show on CW Saturday nights. Yeah, they can't even get that! Tony can't even get weeknights on the CW, home of every crappy teen sex drama and a couple of cool CW DC universe TV shows like The Flash and Arrow and Supergirl and Heroes of Tomorrow. Right? Those were cool ideas and stuff, but no.
Oh no, don't worry. Tony Khan has a really cool idea. We're gonna get to that soon, but first we gotta get to the match of the night. Go ahead and show it. It's a one-on-one.
A match?
It is a meh match. This is a one-on-one match between Ruby Soho versus Sky Blue. Following what happened at AEW Revolution, Ruby Soho failed to capture the AEW Women's World Title in a triple threat match that also featured Saraya and the champion, Jamie Hayter.
But then Jamie Hayter retained.
Yes, but then after the match, Ruby Soho turned heel and attacked the champion, and she joins the WWE Originals of Toni Storm and Saraya as they spray paint. Yeah, the Outside Girls, as they spray paint green L's onto both Jamie Hayter and Dr. Britt Baker, DMD.
Oh, how could they?
So before
those dastardly women.
So before the match started, Ruby Soho got on the mic. Renee Paquette briefly interviewed Ruby Soho, and Ruby Soho basically started running down the fans, calling them fat, ugly neckbeards.
Okay, her specific wording on that was along the lines of, listen, I came in to AEW and I believed in AEW, but and all you folks were like hollering, hooting, and crying for one of my best friends, Saraya, to come out of retirement. And when she finally does, all you, there we go, the fat, ugly neckbeards, boo her and call her these horrible things. You're so horrible. You didn't really want to give her a chance, so screw you. I'm sticking up for my friend. Like, oh, hey, guess what? That is actually logical.
That is logical, and it is true. Like, wrestling fans can be fickle.
Can be or are.
They are. They're fickle. They're fucking fickle.
Yeah, I mean, like, we're not to say that we're not the same way. I mean, for crying out loud, look at us. I mean, I get my outrage quota in every week by crapping on All Elite Wrestling.
Only the bad stuff of All Elite Wrestling.
Yeah, true.
Right?
Like, at least this makes sense on Ruby Soho's end. Poor Sky Blue, she's getting kicked around like a poor infant puppy.
Oh yeah, this match was very hilariously one-sided. Ruby Soho pretty much destroyed Sky Blue in the middle of the ring, putting her away with her finishing move, the Destination Unknown, to get the win. And then after the match, Ruby Soho, Toni Storm, and Saraya destroyed both Sky Blue and Willow Nightingale, laying them out in the middle of the ring, spray painting green L's right onto their torsos.
Wait, what the hell is Willow Nightingale doing in all this? Was she coming in to try to help?
She was trying to talk Ruby Soho into not joining up with the baddies and to try to come to her senses, but her efforts were fruitless.
Okay, Willow, homegirl, dearest, my sweetie, for crying out loud, you're in over your head. That was not going to happen. No. That was not going to happen. I'm sorry. She was asking for an ass whipping at that point.
Yeah,
That's kind of sad. Like, not kind of sad. Actually freaking sad.
Yeah, I know.
Real quick, in the chat.
Well, you know what they say. Once you go bad, you have to get sad. Yeah, no, that wasn't cool. Anyways, who was what's
Vicente, Legends of Tomorrow. By the way, they should have been given an 8th season. Hell yeah, that was a cool show.
It was.
I even liked Captain Cold's stupidity. He was an asshole, but he was a funny asshole. As much as I love Ruby Soho, it almost does not make career sense for her to go heel after losing a title match. Still a decent promo. Yeah, the promo makes sense logically, but perhaps the move to turn heel, that can be questioned.
Well, one can also argue that, you know what, this is actually good as far as, developing a character for Ruby Soho, because she's been pretty stale as a babyface since her debut. Like, they started her white hot, but then, yeah, the rest.
Then really not.
Then you know the rest.
No, okay.
But now we're going to get to the hilariously bad segment of the night, as once again, and I know this is an old photo, but it still bears relevancy, as Tony Khan has an important announcement to make.
Yay, important announcement!
Tony the Snowman has something important to say. And
before we can't trust him to actually ad-lib, we'll roll a teleprompter in his face.
Ooh, good follow-up, Juancho.
I'm good like that.
Yay! Oh my God!
As a matter of fact, since you actually sent me the announcement that was made by Tony Khan here.
Yeah, you know what, folks? I'm going to take a break. I'm going to outsource this part of the review over to Mr. Juan Arouse, as he's about to deliver the greatest announcement from AEW CEO Tony Khan, and the only way the Juancho could.
Excuse me.
I got to brace myself.
Good evening.
Okay, go.
I shall now be providing you all a dramatic reenactment of the important announcement made by Anthony Albuquerque Khan, the owner, general manager, CEO, face of the company, the most important specialist best boy of All Elite Wrestling. And it goes a little something like this. Oh, Earth and Sky, hello Earth and Sky. I'm about to perform a spoken word reenactment of the exact words of Anthony Albuquerque Khan. Thanks, guys. I'm here tonight because the AEW All-Atlantic Champion, Orange Cassidy, has requested an open challenge match next week in Winnipeg against Double J, Jeff Jarrett. I'm honoring that request. Next week in Winnipeg, it will be Orange Cassidy versus Jeff Jarrett. And this match will represent an important milestone in our company. I'd like to tell you about it tonight on behalf of AEW and Warner Brothers Discovery. Next week marks the 5th and final defense of the AEW All-Atlantic Championship on international soil. It is the only AEW championship ever to change hands on international soil. And next week, in partnership with Warner Brothers Discovery, to support the release of Shazam! Fury of the Gods, next week in Winnipeg, it will be Orange Cassidy versus Double J Jeff Jarrett for the AEW International Championship. Next week in Winnipeg, we will level up the championship. It will be a huge match, a huge milestone for AEW, and all of those are so excited about the release of Shazam! Fury of the Gods. And we can't wait for Wednesday on Dynamite in Winnipeg. Orange Cassidy versus Jeff Jarrett for the AEW International Championship. As we level up the championship in AEW. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Yes, I had the damn thing piped into my ear. And yes, that's because originally we thought there was a written transcript, but somebody forgot to tell me that it wasn't written.
You're gonna do this to me?
Hey, kayfabe, pal. I'm breaking kayfabe, just like Andy Kaufman's son, MJF. Point is, yeah, all of that, including leveling up next week on Dynamite in Winnipeg, leveling up next week on Dynamite in Winnipeg. Oh my freaking God. Oh my freaking Lord. They're finally doing something that we said they should have done forever ago. I'm going to take my spot over here and I'll get out of my comfy, gentlemanly robe and give this program back to its rightful host, Mr. Jose Casabona. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you. Sphincter! What the shit, Tony?
Oh my God. That was good. That was very good. Damn, someone give Juan an Oscar. Wow.
Ha!
Oh my God.
The robe is warm and comfy and a little sexy.
This was such a weird, like crazy, like this is hilariously bad. Like, man, Tony Khan, obviously he is not a camera person. He should not be an on-screen character at all by any means. He was much better off appointing somebody else as an authority figure.
He's never going to do that!
Yeah, I know. Number two, this was something, like they waited until now to change that they realized that calling the championship the All-Atlantic title was a mistake, was a huge misstep.
Frina freaking Lee, it only took, what, 8 months? No, 9 months! We could have had a baby in the time that it took for Tony Khan to come out with the AEW All Atlantic Championship to the time we realized, oh, maybe that's a dumb name. Let me change it to, the International Championship. Moreover, all that stuff that we said, that little oration that I gave, that was him verbatim.
Yeah.
With a teleprompter. You could see it in his eyes.
He is so uncomfortable.
No, with an actual teleprompter being fed over into his coked out dweeby face and eyes. And he's still stuttering over himself, repeating over himself. Like, this is a great opportunity. We're leveling up. We're leveling up.
We're leveling up. Hey, Juan, we're leveling up.
I wonder where Dynamite's happening next week on Dynamite. Next week in Winnipeg. Next week on Dynamite. Next week. Next week. Next week. Nope.
I seriously
Earth and
think
Sky's giving a thumbs up. And by the way, Earth and Sky, I do want to give you a shout out because we saw that you sent us a $5 Cash App last night after the end of the Black File. So thank you so much for your continued support, Earth and Sky. We appreciate that.
You are awesome.
Shazam. And Vicente is over here almost... first he says Willow Nightingale getting beat down, spray painted must have had Anna Joy lolling. Keep in mind Willow powerbombed her off the stage, missed the table, and then Anna hit concrete. Ow.
Oh,
shit.
Yeah.
Ow. Also, Vicente says almost Tony Khan impression with an Alfred Hitchcock accent. Yeah, I was going for a very accentuated accent, so trying to be like an eloquent orator like Alfred.
That was really good, by the way.
No, it wasn't. It was crappy, and I did that on purpose.
That being said, I don't know. Now, I'm looking at the trajectory of the championship right now. I'm beginning to think that maybe it shouldn't have been a thing from the beginning.
You think?
Yeah.
How many title belts are displayed in AEW for defense at any given time?
Ooh.
How many?
Oh, my goodness.
Count them.
There's the AEW World title.
Uh-huh.
There's the AEW TNT title.
Uh-huh.
There's the AEW Women's World title.
Uh-huh.
There's the AEW TBS title.
Uh-huh.
There's the AEW World Tag Team title.
Uh-huh.
There's the AEW World Trios title.
Uh-huh.
And now we have, which is now rebranded, the AEW International title.
Okay, 7 championships.
Yes.
There's also the not official, doesn't count, so it doesn't really mean anything. The FTW. Ha!
The FTW title.
For the FTW championship. And let's not forget all of the Ring of Honor championship belts that he has to put up on AEW TV.
Oh no, but it's okay now that they got their show going. It's not a problem anymore.
Is it on TV?
No.
Then it doesn't count. So yeah, all of the Ring of Honor belts, Ring of Honor World title, Ring of Honor Pure title, Ring of Honor Tag titles, Ring of Honor Women's titles,
Ring of Honor World Television title, and the Ring of Honor 6-man tag team titles.
See what I freaking mean? 8 and 6. That's what? That's 14 belts.
13.
8.
Oh yeah, 14. Yeah, 14.
No, Earth and Sky. That'd be too much of a compliment. Saying that Vince McMahon looks like Gomez Adams these days. But that's because of apparently Vince McMahon grew a mustache.
I don't know. When Cody
look like Gomez Adams.
Yeah. When Cody Rhodes introduced the AEW TNT title, he mentioned that it was going to be equal to the AEW World title, and did his damnedest to try and build prestige to the championship.
Nope.
But since Cody dropped the championship and left AEW, it's been they've been playing a hot potato with the championship between Sammy Guevara, Scorpio Sky, and then giving it back to Wardlow, and then giving it to Samoa Joe. I don't know. I mean, one can make the argument that Samoa Joe and Darby Allin did help elevate the championship, and maybe to a degree Scorpio Sky did. But throughout the rest of the trajectory of the championship, I don't know, it's kind of fell flat. And then they brought out the AEW All Atlantic title to try and I don't know, I guess give it some international exposure or something.
Yeah, because being Atlantic also includes Japan and China.
Yeah.
God dang it! Did these guys not know how to read a map?
Yeah, I know. Pac was great as a champion. He defended the title overseas for different wrestling promotions, such as Revolution Pro Wrestling, and he also defended it in Japan. but then AEW decided, oh no, we need a really popular character to carry the title, so they gave it to freshly squeezed Orange Cassidy, which I'm not knocking. He's a great wrestler, but you could tell where AEW's mind is at.
Clearly. Their mind is, rather Tony's mind is, yay, he's my favorite guy of all time. I'm going to put the championship on him. Whee!
Yeah, pretty much. All right. And speaking of the TNT title, it's time to talk about the main event.
What?
This main event is for the AEW TNT Championship as the newly crowned champion, the Master of Mayhem, Wardlow, defends.
He's not newly crowned. He's been crowned.
Oh, no. He won back the TNT title against Samoa Joe.
Oh, that's right. Oh, that's what you mean. See, this is what happens when I don't pay attention. Okay, so, yeah, there's no point in Ring of Honor TV on TNT champion Samoa Joe to exist anymore.
That's right.
It's because it's now just TNT champion. Hey, yep. He's the champion of this channel. Come watch this channel. Hey, channel, we love you. We're making a belt for you. Hey, keep us. Please don't kick us off your air.
So Wardlow defends against the number one contender, the face of the Revolution from last week, Powerhouse Hobbs. And this fight started backstage in the parking lot. I think this was dubbed no disqualification date because they just kept, the bell rang as they were brawling in the parking lot. The Wardlow slammed Powerhouse Hobbs back first onto the windshield of a vehicle. And then they continued their fight until they made it all the way to the ring. They continued brawling and brawling. Yeah, no. Wardlow was about to hit the Powerbomb Symphony, but Wardlow hits the F10 on Powerhouse Hobbs, but only to get a 2 count. And then he was about to hit the Powerbomb Symphony, only for Will Hobbs. I'm going to call him Will Hobbs just to make it short. Until Will Hobbs fought back, hit him with a spine buster, only getting a 2 count. And then they took the fight back at ringside as Wardlow hit a Swanton bomb onto Will Hobbs through the table. Ouch.
Ow.
That's like 330 pounds of man meat crashing through another heavy.
Call it man meat. That sounds dirty.
Fine. 330 pounds of human meat crushing through Will Hobbs. Ouch. And then he hit a powerbomb on Will Hobbs onto the entrance ramp, but that really hurt Wardlow doing so, as he hurt his lower back while doing so. And then they took the fight all the way over to the stage, right by the commentary booth, right by Tony Schiavone, Excalibur, and Taz. And just as they were fighting, it looks like Wardlow was about to put away Will Hobbs and powerbomb him off the stage until he was attacked from behind with a steel chair by none other than QT Marshall.
What?
QT Marshall, yeah, he's one of the wrestlers, and he's also a backstage producer and coach for AEW. And throughout his entire run, he's been presented as nothing more, at best, an enhancement talent. So, in other words, he's a guy you would normally see on AEW Dark.
Don't you mean Dark Elevation?
Both. I mean, yes.
Be sent in the chat. I would say AEW needs a hardcore title, but then Jon Moxley would be the division champion for life. Basically XPW without Rob Black. Ugh. Also, Wardlow versus Haas was so deathmatch. It was almost like watching JC Rotten's fed Trainwreck Pro Wrestling.
I know. Wardlow was about to stop.
Irony in Wardlow hitting a swanton if he wanted to work with Jeff Hardy.
Yeah, I know. Wardlow was about to stop QT. Wardlow was about to stop QT in his tracks, but then QT took Wardlow to Dick Kick City, which allowed Will Hobbs to slam Wardlow off the stage through the table, and the referee counted for 10, but Wardlow could not get back up. So, your winner by knockout, I guess, and new AEW TNT champion Powerhouse Hobbs.
Shit.
Now here's the thing. I am all for Powerhouse Hobbs winning the championship. By all accounts, he should have been had a gold strap a long time ago because he has gotten better in the ring since making his debut in 2020 during the pandemic era.
Right?
But
it was phenomenal for crying out loud.
It was phenomenal. But how he won, how the match finished, that's something I took issue to. First of all, the villain attacking Wardlow, QT Marshall, the guy who led the Splinter Group, the Factory, against Cody Rhodes, the guy who was basically just enhancement talent. I can't.
So he basically elevated from jobber to champion in a year and a half's time.
Who, QT?
No, I meant I meant Powerhouse Hobbs. No, but okay, I'm sorry, I got the guys.
No. QT Marshall has been he's been doing backstage stuff. Like occasionally he wrestles on Rampage, and now he costs Wardlow the match. Why?
Because hey, you got to watch Rampage, man. You got to be with it, bro.
Yeah, but does like QT have an axe to grind against Wardlow? I mean, as far as Wardlow goes, like I don't know, man. I think they stripped away his originality because like. I don't know. Now he's just generic. Now Wardlow has become a generic dude. Like he has like the long ponytail that he has, which makes him stand out. I mean, it looks pretty cool when you think about it. It's gone. So all it is just a big dude in a singlet. He has no personality, and yeah, no, it's just doesn't work anymore with Wardlow. I think they screwed him up.
Okay, yeah, no, the Wardlow thing. Okay, I can understand. But what about Hobbs?
Hobbs? No, Hobbs deserves the champion. Yes, I am all for Hobbs being the TNT champion. He deserves it. He has worked his ass off to get better in the ring.
Okay.
I think it would have made more sense if Samoa Joe got some payback on Wardlow instead of QT Marshall coming out of nowhere.
But QT Marshall's their friends.
Ugh.
He's their friends. He needs to be placed on television, Jose.
For a good show that they had for Dynamite, I'm sorry. This main event went out like a wet fart. Not because of Wardlow, but because of AEW and how they booked.
Not because of Hobbs either.
And not because of Hobbs, but just on AEW and how they booked the finish.
Crap.
Yeah. Man, oh man, oh man. It almost makes me want to go to Tony Khan and say, you know what? You did your best on your speech. It wasn't as offensive as the main event.
But it was still pretty damn offensive.
Yeah, I know. All right, enough of AEW. Let's go ahead and talk about this week's edition of Impact Wrestling.
Yeah.
Heck yeah.
A little promotion that could somehow still, after all this madness is still running around.
Oh no, I guarantee you, but by the next decade or so, if AEW goes under, Impact Wrestling will still be around somehow.
Somehow, there are there's only two certainties in the world that will survive the end of the universe: cockroaches and Impact Wrestling.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All right, let's go ahead and start off with the opening segment of the night as Bully Ray, the former Impact World Champion, cuts a promo on Tommy Dreamer and their upcoming Busted Open match, which will take place at Impact Sacrifice.
Oh boy.
Yeah, Bully Ray making light of his opponent and his former friend, even addressing that Tommy Dreamer may not be medically cleared to compete as he was still recovering from having hot coffee splashed right in his face by Bully Ray during their Busted Open Talk segment on Impact Wrestling's No Surrender.
Really?
Yeah,
really. He's using oh no, look at that! My old friend, Tommy! He can't wrestle because he had coffee in his face. What kind of a pussy-ass excuse is that?
I know, right? Jesus, man.
Okay, still, okay, that's even ridiculous even for Impact. Come on, Bully.
Yeah, I know.
We've seen people recover from worse. We've seen Tommy Dreamer recover from worse than coffee.
Oh, yeah, no, dude, this is Tommy Dreamer. I mean, didn't he at one point get crucified in ECW?
Wasn't that the one where Kurt Angle was a guest and he said, "Don't ever show anyone that I was here or I'll sue your ass"?
Yeah! Oh,
okay.
Man.
I'm just making sure that I had the right one.
No, you're fine.
Vicente, Nikki was saying that sucked. And Vicente, Will Hobbs comes off so badass now. I almost forgot he was jobbed to Darby Allin in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah, I know. But having enough of his bullshit, out comes the Director of Authority of Impact Wrestling, Santino Marella.
What? No.
Oh, yeah, now we can really take this seriously.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
What? He's been so ineffectual and stupid this whole time. Was he actually serious this time? Or was he still...
He's about as serious as you could get with Santino, let me put it that way. So he addressed. So then he gets on the mic and cuts the proceedings off of Bully Ray. I'm sorry, I repeated his mistake tonight.
Hello there, Bobby Ray.
And he got the fans chanting for Bobby Ray.
Ah!
Oh,
okay.
That really.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, no.
He's quite jokey and funny.
Yeah, no.
Like sillies.
He's still going on with his
and guffaws.
He was still going on with his silly accent, saying like, "Oh, how you splashed him in his balls? I mean eyeballs."
Ew.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, no, and And
Don't say I'm splashing my balls.
Oh, no. And he also made it clear that Tommy Dreamer is medically cleared to compete and that Bully Ray will face Tommy Dreamer in the Busted Open match. This soured on Bully Ray, which then brought out a third guy. None other than the representation of the undercard of Impact Wrestling, Bhupinder Gujjar. Bhupinder Gujjar got on the mic and he started talking his own native Hindu language, running trash talking Bully Ray in Hindu, to which Santino, in Hindi, to which Santino replied, "Okay, my language is kind of rusty, but I think what he's saying is that you are a son of a gun." Can you say son of a bitch?
Can't he say? Really, Santino, you're allowed to swear. This is Impact. It ain't WWE. You can say bitch. You can say it. It's not that big a deal.
And then
people pop for you misnaming Bully Ray, calling him Bobby Ray. They'll pop for you legitimately swearing. It's okay, Santino. You're allowed to speak freely now. It's not the end of the world.
So then Santino books an impromptu one-on-one match between Bully Ray versus Bhupinder Gujjar, which, by the way, Bhupinder Gujjar won by disqualification after Bully Ray hit a low blow onto Bhupinder right in front of the referee. Yeah, that happened.
Bully Ray just did not give a crap. Like, nope, not even bothering with this.
Yeah, no.
Shot.
In the post-match angle, he whipped Bhupinder with a chain, and then this brought out Masha Slamovich, and then they started going to town on Bhupinder. Then they brought out Tommy Dreamer and Mickie James to save Bhupinder.
Why do
from
we
the
have pictures of that? That actually sounds interesting. Wait, hold on. Now that I figure, what the friggity diggity hell is it that Tommy Dreamer's stake on Bhupinder Gujjar's well-being is? Okay, I get it. It's a babyface thing to try to come in and save the hapless jobber who's getting shit-canned by the heel here.
Oh no! But
I guess that's the part that makes sense.
Actually, no, because Bhupinder Gujjar actually said it on a promo segment last week that Tommy Dreamer was his hero.
Oh, isn't that freaking sweet? Why wasn't this mentioned before?
Because. No.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. Vicente, yeah, Tommy Dreamer had a broken back once, and Raven beat the crap out of him for years, but Tom gets stopped by coffee. Yeah, no, that ain't happening.
Exactly. Now let's get to the exciting match of the night. This is a great one-on-one technical match between two Ring of Honor alumni. Haha. The former Ring of Honor World Champion, Jonathan Gresham.
Little mini-man.
At first versus, fun fact, a former Ring of Honor World Television Champion, Kushida.
A.K.A. Kushida McFly.
Ha, Kushida McFly. Thank you for that. That's actually a good one.
Kushida J. Fox?
Nah.
Kushida McFly.
KJF, nah. That one, I don't know. This was a great technical match from both wrestlers. They started off by shaking hands, even though it's not a Ring of Honor match. Like Jonathan, I like how Jonathan Gresham maintains that little bit of a Code of Honor tradition in shaking before the match starts. Like that's actually really cool.
Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that is still cool. I won't deny.
It was technical spot after technical spot. Both of these guys brought their A games with Jonathan Gresham trying to work over the legs on Kushida, and Kushida softening up the arm of Jonathan Gresham to get him warmed up for the hoverboard stretch. I still love that the
name of that move.
The name of the move, yeah. Or no, I think it's called a hoverboard stretch or the hoverboard lock, but it's still cool.
All right, well, yeah, no, it's. I mean, Kushida's got it going on, and obviously Jonathan Gresham, I'll make fun of his height all the live long day, but he could still twist me into a pretzel and break me within an inch of my life.
Dude, he'll twist you.
I will never deny that.
Dude, he'll twist you so many ways, it'll be easier to figure out all sides of a Rubik's Cube than it is to put you back into your place.
Yeah, no, seriously, there's no way that I'll be unwrapped after that.
So after a great back-and-forth action, giving the Las Vegas crowd their money's worth, Kushida was actually able to get a surprise victory after locking in the hoverboard lock and forcing Jonathan Gresham to tap out. Your winner...
Yeah, it's the hoverboard lock, a.k.a. the Kimura lock.
The hoverboard lock, yeah. Your winner, Kushida.
Hells yeah, I mean, you can't stop all them gigawatts he's got.
I know. I mean,
he is powered... he is a plutonium-powered pro wrestler over here.
Running at the speed of 88 miles an hour.
Great Scott.
Oh, man, this is heavy. This was actually really good, and I'm actually like that. Technical prowess. That's always something to admire. And now let's get to the best segment of the night, and it's a backstage segment, a backstage talk segment between the Impact veterans, that is the Impact World Champion Josh Alexander, and right next to him Frankie Kazarian, and the guy in the red jacket, Rich Swann, talking to the Bullet Club, the newly crowned Impact World Tag Team Champions, the Ultimate Finesser Chris Bay and the inevitable Ace Austin, and they're with their Bullet Club buddy, the New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion, Kenta, former Hideo Itami from the WWE.
Oh, shite.
Oh, yeah. They were the Bullet Club were bragging and boasting that
Seriously, Kenta's part of Bullet Club? Do I not remember things?
2019.
No, but when did this happen?
Right after he was released by WWE.
Oh, my brain. He's been in part of Bullet Club ever since?
Yes.
You gotta be crapping.
I'm surprised you didn't know.
Did they have
It's okay.
Vicente, Tommy Dreamer's going the mentor route with Bhupinder Gujjar. He did the same thing with Christian York and Joey Matthews in 2000 ECW. Yeah, you're not wrong. I remember that.
Yeah. So, anyways, after some back and forth trash talking with the Bullet Club boasting that they beat the Motor City Machine Guns, and if you want to face them, they're sloppy seconds, blah blah blah. So after some back and forth trash talk, they actually set up a 6-man tag match for next week. So next week it's Josh Alexander teaming with Frankie Kazarian and Rich Swann to go up against the Bullet Club.
In a 6-man tag match?
Yes!
Oh!
It's gonna be lit!
It's gonna be lit!
It's gonna be really fun.
Sweet?
It's gonna be too sweet! Yeah, suck it, Elite!
Take that.
You don't have to be elite to be cool.
Actually, you're cooler if you're not elite.
Yeah. Yeah, well, you know what? I think the exception can be made for Cody Rhodes.
I mean, yeah, he that goes without saying.
Yeah, of course. All right, but now let's get to the match of the night. And this is a one-sided, glorified squash match.
Are you right?
Yes.
Is this right? Jordan Grace in the M match?
Yeah. Well, it's more of an enhancement match. The former Impact Knockout World Champion Jordan Grace goes 1-on-1 against Alex Gracia. And Alex Gracia is another one of the undercard wrestlers who was on AEW Dark.
Oh, crap.
Yeah. Oh, no. Jordan Grace, she wasted no time with her. She threw her around like a rag doll, posing off her chiseled physique. Man, I just got to say, Jordan Grace, her fitness game is definitely getting better and better and better.
Okay,
it's a drastic improvement to how she was in the late 2010s.
There's no denying that, obviously. You're saying that this was basically a squash match. This was basically
Alex Gracia was
Gracia?
Yeah, Alex Gracia got a few seconds of offense trying to dodge the first attempt of the Grace driver, but Jordan Grace was able to put her away in the second attempt to get the win. Your winner, Thick Mama Pump, Jordan Grace.
Holy crap! Is she still considered "quote unquote" thick though? With her being so chiseled and so lean.
Chiseled Mama Pump? Well, I can't call her Big Papa. Actually, no. Can we call her Big Mama Pump?
I don't know.
I mean, she could. I mean,
but, the point is, obviously Jordan Grace, her fitness game has been insane over the years, and no one can deny that. It cannot be questioned. Anyone who's keeping a close eye on Impact or keeping an eye on Jordan Grace particularly, if they're saying that she doesn't look all that great, they're freaking lying to you.
Right. That being said, Jordan Grace awaits.
The match was kind of blah because.
Yeah, I know. Jordan Grace is actually the #1 contender and will face the winner of tonight's Impact Knockouts World Championship match, and she will face the winner at Sacrifice. So yeah. Which we will get to in a bit. But now let's get to the bad segment of the night. And this has been going on throughout the entire night. They were showing little bits of the segment.
Oh, God!
Another graveyard fight between Eddie Edwards and the Frankenstein monster, PCO.
Oh, for God's sake, make it stop, guys.
God, it's so...
I can only handle so much.
God, it's so painful to watch. It really
on.
is. At this point, I'm just crying. I feel bad for Eddie Edwards. Who did he upset at the higher-ups of Impact Wrestling to earn this?
I have no words. All right. what happened in these graveyard fights. I know that
PCO was yelling and wailing, challenging Eddie Edwards. Eddie Edwards showed up. They started brawling with each other, with one of them tried to bury the other person. PCO, at the end of the whole segment that they were going on the whole night, at the end, PCO buried Eddie Edwards alive in the grave, and he walked away as the victor.
That's it?
That's it.
You got to be shiting me.
This is dumb. This is so dumb. Like, ugh.
Oh, that's sad, man.
Like, I don't hate PCO as a person. Like, I just...
Neither do I, because it was cool earlier, but, like, now that Honor No More broke up and they don't have, like, the secret weapon of him being, like, this monster for destruction, have him cut loose on his own. Have him cut loose and not have to gookie gank his face while he continues being a badass and the indestructible monster heel.
Exactly.
You can do that without gookie facing.
Exactly. The gookie ganking job does not need to be outsourced. Leave that job to the Young Bucks. Thank you. I know. Yeah, I know what I said.
Thank you for that. We sent in the chat. Jordan Grace wins, and every time Big Papa Pump tears up a little.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
You know something? I got a little something to say from my friend, Thick Mama Pump, Jordan Grace.
Oh
you see,
gosh.
She's not normal. She's a genetic freak just like me. And she's been working her ass off for years. And she has a fat asses, but now her fat asses are real lean. And she'll whoop your ass and tear you up like a bunch of fat asses. Huh?
I can't with you, man. Oh, my goodness. All right.
Eddie and Sammy did the graveyard match first, and now two with he and Eddie Edwards and PCO. Stop after the second one.
Right.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Come
Now
on.
let's get
Don't
to the
kill me.
main event, and this match is for the Impact Knockouts World Title, as the quintessential diva Giselle Shaw challenges the Impact Knockouts World Champion Mickie James.
This one was good. I got to see parts of the end of this, and I'm not even saying that this was a great match just because Mickie James is in it, and I've got the hots for her. That's not even it. This is actually a good match because it told the story. Tell them the story, Jose.
Oh yeah, the whole story. Yeah, no, the quintessential diva has been dubbed has dubbed herself the Black Widow. She's been on a tear.
Excuse me.
She's been on a tear, breaking up all the groups that she comes across, and that's a reason why she's the reason why Chelsea Green went back to the WWE.
Excuse me.
Yeah, I know, it's weird, and she has challenged Mickie James for a rematch from their last rodeo encounter a while ago, and. Yeah, no, this was pretty fun. This was a lot of fun. And with her cohorts at ringside, Savannah Evans and Jai Vidal, they were basically trying to interfere whenever they can with the referee's back turned, using the 3-on-1 advantage on Mickie James. Deonna Purrazzo, La Virtuosa, Deonna Purrazzo was also on commentary because she has a bit of an axe to grind against Giselle Shaw. And like I said, this main event was a lot of fun. It was great. We and Juan, we got to enjoy the rest of it. Like the Las Vegas fans loved it. Mickie James was able to mount a comeback, and she hit her top rope Hurricane Rana onto Giselle Shaw, only able to get a 2 count. She was about to hit her spinning capoeira kick, only for Giselle Shaw to dodge that out of the way. And it looks like things were going Giselle Shaw's way, or so she thought. So Savannah Evans tried to interfere, and while the referee was being distracted by Jai Vidal, but then Deonna Purrazzo knocked the bodyguard right off her feet, face first, right onto the apron, and the quintessential diva Giselle Shaw tried to roll up Mickie James for the win. But Deonna Purrazzo wasn't going to have any of that shit, so she rolled in there and rolled Mickie James on top of Giselle Shaw.
Reversing the roll-up.
Or reversal of roles, you might say, for the referee to count and award the champion her victory. Your winner, and still Impact Knockouts World Champion, and she will meet Jordan Grace at Sacrifice on March 24th. Mickie James. With help from Deonna Purrazzo. You're welcome.
How about that? The Virtuosa showing a bit of virtue, perhaps?
I know.
Right? That's so odd. Has she ever been a proper babyface?
Nah, not really.
I guess this kind of doesn't really count as her baby facing. It's more along the lines of this is her serving her own interest and it just so happens to align with that of the babyface champion.
Exactly, but she's not a babyface, and right now she's leaning more heel, but she's going in this like tweener-like angle. She has an axe to grind against Giselle Shaw, but she's clearly also going after Mickie James for the Impact Knockouts World title.
It's like, I'll settle my stuff with Mickie James once I settle this crap with Giselle Shaw.
Absolutely. So, as far as tonight's edition of Impact Wrestling,
The matches are over, Jose.
Yep, Juan, ring the bell.
There we
So
go.
my final thoughts. This week's Impact Wrestling was actually pretty serviceable. I wasn't that big on PCO and the Buried Alive match with Eddie Edwards. I think Eddie Edwards needs to move on.
It's buried alive.
It's so dumb. But all the other matches were pretty fun to watch. The opening segment with Bully Ray trash talking and then throwing a bitch fit, like, oh god, that was classic. And the main event was definitely worth, getting into. Like, it's definitely worth watching. Mickie James continues to impress after how many decades? 20 years of wrestling?
Yeah.
Yeah,
for real.
20 years of wrestling. Man, what a hell of a run for her. And
Vicente
she's still
is-
going.
Vicente's over here saying it's funny seeing Deonna Purrazzo as a face, and it's cool that she still references Vexed. Still calls Chelsea her best friend.
I know,
and
right?
Nikki Bella is offering Oscars, I guess, to Deonna Purrazzo.
Yes.
For this sudden and abrupt change in alignment. Zut alors.
Or they
Oh
could
my
be
God.
off, or these awards could be to you for your performance in reciting Tony Khan's announcement.
Okay, Nikki, you have to tell us, who are the awards for? Are they for me or are they for Deonna Purrazzo? Let us know, please. 'Cause
All right, now final.
now Jose's going to be in my head.
I know, right? I'm living in your head rent free.
No, you're not.
All right, so getting into this week's edition of AEW Dynamite, the trios match with the Jericho Appreciation Society and Top Flight was actually fun to watch. Now, I'm not going to lie. Orange Cassidy continues to impress as the reigning AEW International Champion, which, yeah, no, it's kind of
So weird.
It is confusing. It is weird because we have the AEW World title, World Internet. I don't know anymore. But everything else was all right. I mean, God, the Tony Khan segment, man, oh goodness, that's like
Okay.
right up there with Vince McMahon selling the stunner at last year's
Selling
WrestleMania.
stunners. Vince McMahon's never been able to sell a Stone Cold Stunner to save his goddamn life.
Yeah, but his latest attempt really was bad.
Okay, no, but the point is that it looks like this was written out for Tony Khan to say, and he still crapped his pants trying to talk. There was even one person on Twitter in the comments of this announcement, which is clearly an ad as well for Shazam Fury of the Gods, saying, Tony Khan's speech reminds me of when I have a 5,000-word essay and I keep repeating words to pad it out.
Yeah, it's pretty sad.
Like, the next week on Dynamite in Winnipeg. This week on Dynamite in Winnipeg, we're leveling up the championship. This is a big opportunity. There's a big milestone for the company. Big milestone.
Yeah, it was pretty.
Boy, get off the freaking snow! Your sinuses must look horrible. Mother would be very worried about you.
Or father.
Shad Khan don't give a damn.
Oh yeah, that's true. The main event was a wet fart, but Will Hobbs being the champion was definitely the right call. How they went about it could have been better. And as for this week's TV special of NXT Roadblock, that was definitely a lot of fun. The Jailhouse match was a great opener for the crowd at the Performance Center, and the 6-man tag match with the Creed brothers and Braun Breaker winning against Indus Sher. That was a lot of fun to watch. And I like how the Grayson Waller segment with Shawn Michaels, like with Johnny Gargano coming back. Yes, I miss Johnny Wrestling. I miss talking about Johnny Wrestling on this show. Please give me more Johnny Wrestling so I can
Yay.
talk about him on this show.
I mean, we got Johnny Wrestling. He supports indie wrestling. Come on, guys.
I know, right? Roxanne Perez versus Meiko Satomura. That main event match was great, albeit the post match angle where Roxanne Perez passed out. Whether that's real or not, that's still yet to be determined. I don't know. I'm kind
We're
of
pretty certain it was screwed.
I think it. Well,
Or as it's scripted is what I was saying.
I think it was scripted. Yeah, I'm on the fence.
Yeah. To be said with the big money Tony Khan has, he should probably pay to take speech classes, right? Public speaking.
Yes!
Public speaking classes. Or better yet, just speak. speaking at all. Not even public speaking. How much you want to bet that this guy freaking started? Like, he doesn't talk this way all the time when he's on camera on the freaking media scrums. Why is he like this for all these promos?
I don't freaking
What's
know.
his problem? What is the fact that he's live on the show? Like,
Either Tony Khan does need to hire someone to help him out with his public speaking, or maybe, or just don't do, or if you don't want to do that, just hire someone for the AEW staff to be an on-air authority figure.
Take the glory away from Tony Khan, the bestest specialist boy in the whole world.
Yeah,
right. That'll happen.
I know. All right, well, that's going to do it for this week, folks. A couple of announcements to make. Well, actually, yeah, you know what? I think it's a...
Yeah, one little announcement regarding Los Amigos Play. Angel Mendez, the host of Los Amigos Play, has been... he did try to say originally that we were going to be playing Dead Space, the remaster. However, given the fact that we're broke... and we don't have next-gen consoles like the PlayStation 5 or the Xbox Series S or Xbox Series X, the fact of the matter remains we are going to have to change the game.
But don't worry, Juancho, let's leave that a surprise.
That was what I was going to say. We're not going to tell you guys, unless you're an inner flocker. We'll give you guys the sneak peek of the thumbnail for it before Saturday. That is a promise.
That's very good. That's very
good. And yes,
good.
we are wrapping up, Hassan.
Yeah. I guess I don't have any announcements right now. So you know what? I guess now's a good time to close off the show. Juan, plug us away.
Don't mind if I do. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, and all friends in between, thank you very much for watching this week's live stream edition of Wrestle Rewind, hosted by Jose as he reviews for you the best of the worst of three of the most exciting professional wrestling programs in North America today: WWE's NXT, All Elite Wrestling's AEW Dynamite, and Impact Wrestling. Step into the ring every Thursday night at 10 p.m. Eastern Time, simulcasting on YouTube and Twitch. Hit the subscribe or the follow button, ring the notification bell to stay up to date on all of our content. Become an inner flocker by hitting the join button. And until next time, continue to follow us on Facebook.com/TheRavensFlock, Twitter.com/RavensFlock13, Instagram.com/TheRavensFlockOnline, Twitch.tv/TheRavensFlockOnline, and of course, remember to hit the subscribe button and ring that notification bell right here on our flagship platform, YouTube.com/TheRavensFlock, humble home of the Black Files, Los Amigos Play, Wrestle Rewind, and The Ravens Flock.
All right, folks, thank you very much for tuning in to another exciting live edition of Wrestle Rewind. I'm your host, Jose Casabona. That was Juan Arouse. And tonight, we just leveled up.